Hey guys, this is League of Legends Diana Cosplay tutorial. So first I'll be starting with the weapon. So basically in this tutorial I'll be showing you how I make the shape, how I cut and stack the foam boards and use spray foam and carve the foam. So basically I just use photos or print offs of the splash page, or I go to the model websites so that I can get a good angle of the weapon. So here I have it, and the first one I drew I thought was okay, but I ended up cutting it up and reshaping it. So sometimes it's a trial and error. I still ended up using the one that I cut up, so when I stacked it I just put that one in between anyways, just so I don't waste any foam board. Once you glue all the foam boards together, you use the Great Stuff gap filler that you can get at home hardware stores, and you can spray it onto the foam board. So I did it in the basement, that's why it's so dark. Sorry for the video quality. Hopefully you can still understand what I'm doing. So this is a step I didn't do with the Riven cosplay because I felt I didn't need it, but with this, since it has a lot of pointed areas, I felt that the spray foam was necessary, because if you stack the foam board it would have been a waste, and it's just a lot easier with the spray foam. So here you can see me spraying it on, and it expands a lot and it comes out pretty fast. So it's not a big deal if you spill it, you can just cut it off anyways. It's really sticky, so don't get it on your hands. I try to do half of the weapon and then the other half. So basically, when you're done doing one half, wait for it to dry at least 30 minutes. If anything, you can just touch it to make sure that it's dry. So after 30 minutes, I checked here and you can tell that it wasn't ready to be turned over and to do the other side. The reason why I rushed this is because I'm not sure how the spray foam would work afterwards, because it's supposed to be a one-time use. So once it's harder, you can turn it over and spray foam the other side. So here you can see that I had to buy another spray foam because it wasn't enough and I still needed it to be more pointed at the top. So I added more once I carved the first time. So this was the first time that I carved. I just did one layer because um, once I did the one layer I realized that it wasn't tall enough. See, it's really easy to carve with an X-Acto knife, and you'll have like a lot of bubbles, so that's why I would do the paper mache after this step, which I'll show in another video. So this is when I spray foamed the second time, and it was high enough that I was able to cut the exact shape I wanted. When you cut the spray foam, it's really messy, so if you're really worried about it being on your carpet, I suggest putting some paper down so you can throw it all out at once, because keeping track of all the carvings is really difficult. So once and again, you'll see me referring back to the images to make sure it's exactly the way it's in the game model. If anything, you can glue the spray foam back on if you make a mistake. I never have trouble with that. So basically you want to spray foam the shape as close as possible, because once you add the paper mache and the fast mache, you still want it to be light, you don't want it to be heavy. And the fast mache is what makes it heavy, so I'm trying as much as possible to get the exact shape that I want, and the fast mache will make it more durable and smoother and give it a nice appearance. So this is just, the spray foam is just to create the shape. So here's the final weapon after the carving is done. This is exactly the way I want it realistically by the end of it, just the holes covered and it more smooth. So as you can see, everything is as is, or should be as is, as close to the final as possible. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that and hope that helped some people. If you have any questions, you can ask below or go to our WordPress. And the next part will be up soon, hopefully.